Hey, good morning. How are we doing?
Get her.
Good, good, good. Number of different opportunities last night, so let's get straight into it. Talk through, we'll touch on those real quick and then get into the plan for today as usual. So let me drag in the charts here. Got the weekly up on the left and 10-minute on the main view here. Alrighty, so hopefully everyone was able to catch something yesterday evening or into this morning. I think it's been maybe 3 or 4 different trades we could have taken. I've taken a couple of them. So yeah, right off the bat, I think most of us probably caught the 74.21 failed breakdown. That one was pretty straightforward. We had a bit of acceptance into the close of last week, and then quickly pushed up through off the open, well, dipped beneath, held the 74.10, and then quickly recovered 74.21, popped nicely up to a couple of trims up into 74.34, 35 before fading. I'm assuming you took that one. I was able to get a couple on this guy here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, the momentum ended up being pretty nice up until basically getting that 35 major or so.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. And then the next trade to trigger was really there was a look to see if like 74.10 was going to reclaim here, but that never triggered in my eyes. And then we got the second or skipped over the 7400 again, never reclaimed there. But we did trigger the next trade down from the newsletter, which was look for 77 to hold and recover 84. So I know some folks took that one. I didn't personally. Obviously, we dipped down to that 77 level and just kind of chopped sideways. And then we did reclaim 7400 overnight. For some reason, I was actually awake here, so I actually took that trade at like 3 in the morning my time. And that's currently still active. But then there were a couple of other entries you could have taken as well. Above that, if you're asleep for all of this, like even as high and most recently as 74.35, which was our first support down from the newsletter. You just notice the nice acceptance here. If we push up with momentum, form the London high, dip back off of it, 25 points, and then push back up through. So could have even taken an entry as high as 74.35 on this one, but other ones as well. 74.21 here was a nice one for early morning. Great acceptance on that one. Let me just change color on this one. This was pretty clear. Okay, whip straight through it, but then come back base beneath it and push up with some momentum in the pre-market. So um, yeah, are you currently in an active runner, Mike?
No, I'm flat.
Okay.
Um, I didn't end up. I mean, I was really wanting to play the 99 failed breakdown after we started kind of forming acceptance, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously that then later triggered overnight in the middle of the night, so it just wasn't something I was able to take, and yeah, just kind of woke up to price being quite higher off of that. So
Yeah.
not much to do for here for me at this point. Besides wait for a sell to either sweep the overnight lows or get down to 63. So those are kind of the two things I'll be watching if we can get back down there.
Yeah, that 63 is a really nice level. So that's actually the prior week's low, the one level I've got showing on the weekly chart to the left. A little bit of indecision last week in the market for the first time in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So yeah, definitely be watching that. If not today, maybe later in the week. Big one there. So we got 63. Sorry, what else did you mention? Are you looking at 77 now? It was really just major
Yep.
support. Obviously a massive shelf here, which I've done a terrible job of drawing a line on. But this now becomes a proper failed breakdown, with that being a significant clear shelf of lows. Um,
Yeah, so I like that spot personally now as well. if we can sweep it and essentially kind of play the same, trade that was written about, which would be sweep 74 and reclaim 84, except this time it would constitute more as a proper failed breakdown, not
Hmm.
just a level reclaim.
Yeah, we do have this little low above. What is that? 86.50. So what's your thoughts there? Wait for that guy to clear the low from 710 this morning.
Um, See, it's tough because like lately it seems like Adam hasn't been caring about that, so
Hmm.
I don't want to. To be honest, I don't want to put out there too strong of an emphasis, and then um because and then you
And
realize
then it only
reading Adam's
bounces 8
stuff
points
that
from the
like
77. You don't get your.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know because like lately especially I think some of his the way he's been wording stuff in the newsletter, it seems like he hasn't cared as much for some of these structures above. So I don't want to stop anyone from or dissuading anyone from taking it and waiting for no reason.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it.
structurally it is definitely a problem, but it may not matter.
Yeah, I think for me it just depends on the type of acceptance we get here. So if we flush cleanly under 77, say hold somewhere in this region between 63 and 77, something like this. And then if we get a clean, like type 1 acceptance dip off of 77 from beneath and push up through, that allows you to get in nice and tight, maybe around 78 and can potentially take a trim into that. But if we don't get that and it's a micro flush and you're applying the danger zone, yeah, then yeah, potentially consider waiting for that 86 to clear. But yeah, it's always tricky. It's balancing. What we're trying to do is make sure that shorts are covering at the point we enter, or they're starting to cover, and so which situation is creating that kind of scenario, and that's why with the micro flushes we kind of apply that danger zone, because there probably haven't been too many new shorts who have taken a trade beneath the level, and so obviously need it to lift a little bit further before people start covering. Um, so yeah, just watch out for that if you're engaging the 77 level. So these are the two critical ones, 63, 77. I'm going to throw something crazy out there. We do have the 74.35, which we're just a little bit above. But if we were to dip kind of here, beneath here, and then reclaim that level, that would be something I'd potentially be interested in for a low quality kind of level reclaim. It's pretty clear support and resistance level from the last couple of sessions. You can see it all into Friday. Pretty major bounces here. Friday overnight session into Friday, and then significant even midday Friday, and then filled into Friday's close, back tested perfectly Sunday open, and then again this morning. So fairly major sort of pivot level. I'll take a look at that small size if we do dip underneath that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, you're jumping on live, so go join Mike in the live call, and anything else to add? Any other levels?
No, it should be good. I mean, yeah, we'll see what we get here. Obviously, quite a bit of overnight action, so we'll see what RTH has to present today.
Yeah, a little bit of news there, wasn't there, which gave us this pop. Around, I don't know, who knows what's really going on, but something more about potential ceasefire. So if that becomes more concrete, then we could lift quite nicely. So keep an eye on the headlines, but just trade the price action. Alrighty, catch you guys in the chat. Bye for now.